Hey guys, it's Angelo, Christian Financial. Thank you so much for checking out my podcast. Today we're actually talking about the market outlook, what's going on in the economy. You know, it's the middle of May 2020. We're trying to get surpast COVID. And one of the things that you've actually just seen very interesting recently in the bond market, the actual yields have started to invert and go negative. And you've heard the secretary, you've heard a lot of these people talking about the possibility of actually having negative interest rates in America for the first time ever. It's one of the craziest things that could ever happen, like what you see in Japan, negative yields. And what are the implications of negative interest rates? Does that mean that your bank will actually pay you to hold your money? What exactly does a negative interest rate mean, and what are the repercussions and the side effects of negative interest rates? Because you see, that's a very scary thing. If you think about, if interest rates go negative, does that mean that the lender's going to pay you to take out a mortgage? A lot of people have called me and asked me these questions because they see that the 10-year and the 30-year yield curve are actually inverting. So it's a very interesting topic because you've seen recently the Fed talk about, and you know, Donald Trump has mentioned that he'd like to have negative interest rates, but the Fed says absolutely not even a possibility. And I'm here to tell you, I actually think that the reverse is actually going to happen. I see that inflation is actually going to be on the rise in the near term. You see the cost of food going up, right? When you see reduced labor, you have a lower workforce. The blue collar people are suffering right now because of COVID. You look at the cost of meat and poultry, it's rising. So prices have to go higher. I see interest rates going higher. I see one of the greatest opportunities right now how to play the bond market is actually to short bonds, and it could be one of the best plays, one of the best trades of our lifetime. I don't see in America that the interest rates are going to go negative. And you can follow, one of my mentors and heroes, Tom Sosnoff, who talks about this all the time. It's not going to happen, right? And if it does, I mean, it could be very marginal and for a very short period of time. But if you're active in the markets and you're looking for opportunities and where to make money and where to invest, look at shorting the bonds, the U.S. Treasuries, the 30-year bond, or even the 10-year. There's a lot of opportunities right now to, where a lot of wealth could change hands by looking at taking on these positions. But, the thing is, if you think about what does it mean to have a negative interest rate, does that mean that you're going to have a negative mortgage payment? No, it doesn't mean that that's going to happen. No one's going to actually pay you, right? A bank's not going to pay you to take a mortgage. The government's not going to pay you to take out a loan. And I really don't believe that can actually happen in America. I could be wrong, but I highly doubt it. This is not Japan. We are a different country. We are a forward, aggressive, momentum, very opportunistic country. And I don't see that happening in our lifetime. And if it did happen, maybe 30, 40, 50 basis points, and maybe for a very short period of time. So as you see all these investors that are buying treasuries with no yield, it doesn't even make any sense. I think it's a great time, a great opportunity if you're an active trader, you're in the markets, to consider shorting the bonds. I think it's a great opportunity for you guys. So I want to talk about this because you're starting to see this chatter go on in the White House with politics. Some politicians are asking for negative yields, and I think it's a huge disaster. It's a big mistake, and it makes a lot more sense to look towards the future, and I see that rates will go back higher. So on that note, I think it's very important that if you are looking to get funded for real estate, you're trying to get pre-approved for a loan, I would highly recommend getting locked in now for a loan, because if interest rates go on the rise, we're doing 30-year mortgages right now at 2.83% interest. 2 months ago, the rate was 4%. 6 months ago, rates were 4.5%, 5%, right? So if you buy a $500,000 home, that's a difference of $1,000 a month on your house payment. That's a huge difference on your mortgage payment. So if you're thinking about getting a loan, we have an awesome jumbo loan program. You can literally get a jumbo loan with no PMI with only 5% down, guys, and get that low rate. That rate's basically below inflation. So it's a no-brainer to think about buying a home right now. And because with that low of an interest rate, you're going to have a much lower house payment. So that means you have much more disposable cash to use that money elsewhere. So think about that if you're trying to get, if you're on the fence, you have a lot of agents, a lot of lenders saying don't buy now, it's a bad time. I highly disagree with that. I think after we get through COVID, you're going to see the economy take off like crazy, and interest rates will go back up. Inflation will creep in. All right, and the Fed is going to have to raise interest rates in order to curb that inflation. So think about that, because now is a great time. I mean, I've been doing lending for almost 2 decades, and there's only been twice in my career where I've seen a 30-year interest rate below 3%. So now is the opportunity, guys. And if you're looking to get funded for a jumbo loan, maybe your lender's telling you can't get approved for a loan and jumbo doesn't exist, I'm here to tell you that we can make that loan to you, and we can do it nationwide. Okay, so reach out to us. We'd love to help you. If you have any questions, you want to get a quote, you want more information, call us. We're open 7 days a week. You can reach out to us at 832-431-6331. Or you can also click on the link below to get signed up. I really want to help you guys any way we can. So thank you so much for checking out my podcast. Take care and peace out.